we saw like Zeri and Kai'Sa banned in game 1 with like NONGSHIM's composition. Gen G denied it. Kai'Sa's already gone because of Fearless. I think Zeri ban makes the most sense in this situation. No, they went for the Xayah. I think it's a mistake. I think like your comp is running forwards. I don't think Xayah really works. That like Xayah is a lot better at kiting backwards.
Yeah.
So I honestly think Gen G can just take, unless there's a top laner they really want, they could probably just take Zeri here and be fine.
Yeah, just take Zeri and then just go ahead, or there's that top laner they really want.
I think that's fine too. You know, Jax into double AD carry compositions has a ton of value, being able to block those auto attacks. So yeah, I think Gen G's comp, very clear theme, kill enemy AD carries, and they have a lot of tools to do so. And now NONGSHIM need to figure out how they're rounding out their composition, and the big picks really for King have kind of been thinned out.
Yeah. Also, if you want to pick Alistar here, you have to deal with Sylas. So that's not a very good pick to pick in a Sylas. Renata Glass.
I like the Renata pick a lot, you know. I was thinking Lulu, but I think Renata has, if anything, better value here. Less specific buffs to Jinx, but maybe just the ult value into already 4 melee champions is massive. Top lane, you know, you could play something more defensive. I actually think this kind of feels like maybe where Kingen would go GP. It gives you a squishy comp, a lot of carries, but a lot of threats they have to deal with. Alternatively, you could just go something like a Nut, but actually go the Anivia.
Okay. I mean, he's playing
Diggs for Ruler.
All right. Locked in. This is
a lot of tools that can shut down this short-range dive comp.
They absolutely do. Well, guys, we are ready. Let's hop into the Rift for Game 3. All right, here we are, Game 3. It's been a 2-0. Nothing to see here. Don't tell your friends to watch Game 2. Just the expected result. Gen G ahead in the driver's seat. Man, that Game 2 was painful. I'm still thinking about it. I can't get it off my mind.
Clean slate. You know, NONGSHIM are looking for the reverse sweep right now. Yeah, I will say, so to finalize my thoughts on the draft, very squishy comp from NONGSHIM. I think this game is going to feel, we've had so many scrappy games, this game might feel a lot more feast or famine, where whichever side gets ahead, just kind of, like if NONGSHIM get ahead, it's going to feel very hard for Gen G ever to engage without, like they're not going to be able to kill everyone immediately if they're behind. Jinx might get resets, they have the Renata reset as well. And on the other side, if Gen G get ahead, they will just bowl them over. So we'll see how things pan out. We do end up getting a swap coming through. Anivia actually, one of these unique picks that's just like rarely actually suited to swaps.
Well, it got pulled a little bit.
Yeah, a bit of minion blocking, and it does actually mean the wave should be pushing faster into Kingen. So normally we have a situation where you can zone out a champion so they don't get any XP from those melee minions, but as you can see from how it's played out, it's impossible to deny them. So he's going to be level 2 before they can even get the minion wave to tower. He's also an Anivia with the egg, which is just incredibly hard to dive and then kill the egg before, well, you know, it's just not feasible. So it's one of these situations where Anivia's kit very uniquely suited to this lane swap meta, where you are, you know, the biggest thing you can do to an enemy top laner is dive them on a tower and deny them. And you can see in return, Keen has a little bit of XP. I think he might have picked up a melee, but he's zoned out quite heavily.
This is one of the only times where you should be using your satchel for poke.
Yeah, not much start in return. But I think, you know, with a Rakan, like compared to other melee engagers like a Leona or a Nautilus, Rakan does a lot less damage. Ziggs also, like, you just don't have enough like consistent damage. I think even if it wasn't an Anivia, the chance of them diving is very slim. So not too much of a concern. Both junglers just kind of farming through. Lilia definitely a pick who can run away with the game if she gets momentum in the jungle.
Yeah.
And we've had some really strong, you know, Lucid played the other day and had a pretty crazy performance.
Yeah, he was really insane. We do have a lot of damage coming in here on a Keen, but with Counter-Strike at least he's able to kite out a little bit. But now Chompers are down. Keen in a little bit of a wonky spot here.
Yeah, have to be really careful not to step onto them. but getting put down lower and lower. I think, though, you're safe to recall and TP back in here. I don't think they're really going to be able to... Well, we know with the spectator view that Gideon's topside, and if he gets spotted now, then you have complete confidence. So Keen will be able to pick up that wave. I didn't win his flash, I think is important to mention, so not too bad of a scenario, but they're losing plates bot side.
Yeah, they are, and Kane continues to do this minion block as often as he possibly can. Just trying to delay minions from coming in and pushing the wave away from him.
I mean, this is a great start for NONGSHIM. Working out pretty well so far.
Yeah. I think, as you said before, you know, this Lilia is going to be really important. Can act as a bit of a front line where she's just threatening. She's always landing a bunch of poke, and that can lead to sleeps if you're in a wrong spot and stuff like that, and can build a bunch of health items.
Yeah. The thing is, you know, like, Genji's comp have to dive into NONGSHIM's backline, and if Gideon just presses Q, it's hard not to hit, like, 3 people. And then you just press R. It's that simple.
That's your front line.
The thing is, as well,
there you go.
You know, he might be in trouble.
Yeah, I'm not sure how he got into this position, but I think he might have to flash here. Although, he's pretty fast.
A lot of confidence to hold it. Yeah, exhaust burn by Lehens. Not a big deal, but just, you know, Keen doing a good job not being in the flash. But yeah, the thing I was saying is, we often see, like, Lilia MF, because if they're slept, the damage over time doesn't wake them up. But that's also true with King and Zol on the Anivia. It's like, imagine you're slept and you just get put in this frost storm.
Yeah. Nobody talks about that because, well...
How many games do you have Anivia top lane, Lilia jungle?
Yeah. Even Anivia mid, or just Anivia at all.
Yeah.
Not really a thing for a long time now.
Not that common. Yeah, I mean, I think this is one of those situations where the early game's been going good so far for NONGSHIM. And I'm feeling pretty confident with them, but I did watch the previous 2 games, so my expectations are tempered somewhat, I guess you could say.
Yeah. I mean, at least this time, it feels like their comp has some answers, even though it looks very weird.
It's very squishy.
It's very weird. Like, if you just walk in today and you're like, huh, let's see what's going on in the LCK. You look at this comp, you're like, wait. What? Like, how did this happen? And yeah, you know, Fearless is Fearless, and that's part of the reason. Kingan's taking a lot of free damage.
Yeah, it was a nice satchel from Ruler to get away over the wall. That is one thing, is that playing Anivia into Ziggs is very unfun, because it's very rare you can actually truly catch him out, as you can satchel over your wall and out of your storm, and he just outranges you. He can just poke you down.
Yeah.
So...
Also, I'm pretty sure the satchel interrupts the ult.
It does, yeah.
Yeah. So that's also another thing. If Ruler has an angle and they can't get through a choke, he might just be able to throw it forward. Or if, you know, he's holding it, maybe you just, like, drop a bomb on Kingan's head. There are potential angles for Ziggs to do that.
Yeah, NONGSHIM picked up 3 grubs already. And Gideon, he's getting a little greedy. He's like, nope, I want more than 3 grubs. I'm moving bot side, but I think he doesn't dare walk into the river. That being said, Fisher will, and that's enough.
Yeah, and so will Kingan.
Ruler? The wall! He actually interrupts the
wall
dash.
tech. Nice.
So gets a flash from Ruler. Ruler definitely in the shop right there. Yes, I mean, this is huge for NONGSHIM. Fisher moving down. We saw, like, Gideon held Fisher pushing the wave. Fisher moves down. Canyon gets cold feet. And then Ruler gets colder feet, so he has to flash.
Yeah.
But a positive passage of play for NONGSHIM.
Yeah, it's looking good so far. I like as well how NONGSHIM really, they tailor their comp around not giving good ults to Chovy. Like, we could have maybe seen Alistar, we could have maybe seen Gnar, we could have maybe seen a bunch of other things that would have been much better, but instead you're dealing with a Sylas that has, like, Corky Rockets and, like, Sleep and Anivia?
I think the
Renata Glask is the one, right?
That's a good one, but it's also kind of clunky, you know?
Yeah.
With Sylas. Like, Renata is on the backline and will pop the ult defensively, and everyone in melee range gets hit. But, like, you know, imagine you're, like, diving into Sylas and you interrupt your combo to, like, channel Renata ult. It feels very weird. Yeah. It is definitely his best ult, and it's got good value, but it's not the best ult you could have on a Sylas. And I definitely think you're right in saying that, like, something like a Gnar ult would have gone. Gnar ult, Sejuani ult, all these things would have gone a long way. Alistar for sure.
Oh, nice little catch here, but Chovy a little bit low on mana and out of abilities.
Honestly, that's interesting because they banned Rel. Didn't ban Alistar obviously because they knew it didn't get picked, but Rel also actually really good with Silas. So
yeah. I guess you can like steal a Nivea and dash in and just like drop it somewhere. It doesn't feel good, but you're like, let me go out of mana real quick. You know, like,
yeah, you're not selling me on this.
It's just, it really feels like it needs selling because there's really nothing.
So if you look at the bottom left, you'll notice that Ruler's satchel was on cooldown.
Yeah, I wonder where he used that.
So he got walled in and lost half his health.
Yeah, again, Ruler's he's not an awesome dude player. He plays the actual AD carries, the ones that shoot the guns or the, you know, the magic or whatever, you know, they're using.
Yeah, well...
not the Ziggs bomb throws.
It's interesting because sometimes we have these scenarios where like it's an AD carry against a top laner and you're like willing to keep it for the long haul because it's like, I don't know, Callista into basically any top laner and she just like destroys them. Yeah. But having this Ziggs into the Nivea, like it was looking good on the bot side, but if Ruler's not confident in the matchup, you will start to just lose pressure on the map.
Yeah. And that they are a bit, you know, NONGSHIM just kind of straight up through lane leads, through jungle, farm, of objectives, and otherwise have just opened up about 1,000 gold to lead. A bit less, I suppose.
That's Flash.
Flash comes out. But they got the Drake.
Yeah, I mean, they've already got 2 objectives. They got the Grubs, they got the Drake. Next Grub's up in 30. So I wonder if they'll move. Well, they've already moved the bot lane there, but Gideon seems to be grabbing his Krugs, then moving. And that's one of the things with the fact that GenG showed force bot side, even though like they forced a flash out of Gideon, it means that NONGSHIM know there's like they're not setting up for Grubs already, right? Everyone was just bot side. So if you actually look, Ruler and Juro come in the lane behind Lahens and Jiwoo. So they're already there on Grubs, and it just feels like GenG are behind on tempo.
Yeah.
Just like trying to catch up.
Position totally held here by NONGSHIM. You have to go through a Renata.
Something to note, Chovy has TP, Kingen doesn't. So this could be a 5v4. Kingen needs to keep him in vision.
Yeah, I mean, we do have a fight coming through. That's the Renata Glass Skull. Tons of value there. But Keen's on the flank here. Gideon gonna get stunned down, and now the Ziggs ult over the top, but trading it back. Oh, we have the revive there going the way, and the sleep comes through as well, and now we got an excited Jinx. A massive team fight here for the side of NONGSHIM. As Canyon trying to get out of this one, but Lance keeps him in vision. And I think eventually he will be going down as a kill, perhaps? Ooh, a little dodge, but it still goes to Gideon. Not enough time for the execute. Massive fight here for NONGSHIM.
That was so sick from Gideon. I'm like, you're dying. Are you not going to ult before you die? And he's like, no, I have a Renata. I will wait until it's a 4-man. I refuse to ult until I get more value. Like I thought maybe ult here, right?
Yeah.
Maybe he ults, like when they focus him here, he could ult. No, he still refuses. He's like, I have to hit every single person. And yes, he goes down, but the sleep is massive. It's such a confident play from Gideon there to say, like, we're winning this fight. It's not enough for me to press my buttons before I die. I have to carry. Such a good fight. So well played by Gideon. I actually love that so much.
Yeah, it was really cool, and I would imagine that, you know, Lahens is probably also shouting it out.
Lahens like, I'm pressing W. Yeah. I did my job, you know.
I did my job. I kept him alive. He's the one that's going to go down first. And Gideon just knowing that he has that in his back pocket is pretty huge.
Yeah, and I mean, GenG focused down the flashless Lilia, but it just took so long to take out the Lilia. The big ult came in return, but also they just didn't really have the follow-through. The fact that they also got the Renata proc as well to like revive, even though he didn't last long. GenG just really didn't have the follow-through in that fight, and ultimately Chovy didn't end up TPing. I think very hard to TP against a Nivea who has like multiple ways to stop you. Yeah. That being said,
yeah, Kane's in a lot of trouble here. He's gonna flash to get out of that trouble.
Yeah.
And Silas, you know, he can hop over walls. He will be very annoying for the Nivea, even if the ult steal isn't great for him.
Yeah, so bringing us some of that, definitely nice, especially in Nivea, who isn't mobile. But once again, we're looking at 2,500 gold lead. Everything's looking good for NONGSHIM.
This is so annoying, actually. Now TP's coming in. Keen doesn't have his TP. So he's out of this one. He has to stay, actually, but he's pretty low. Chovy going kind of 1v3. NONGSHIM not committing. And now they're just going to back away.
Yeah, I think it's the right call. You could see all of GenG moving in, try and make a counter play.
Chovy? Well, he's going to bait out a lot, and the rocket belt's here as well. But can they capitalize is really the question. Thinking about a sleep, but he's wide awake.
That's one thing with NONGSHIM's composition. A lot of the ways they engage in return, very slow.
Yeah.
You know, you have to hit connect and then go for the sleep. A lot of time for them to get away. Also, the Renata ult, very slow. You know, we criticized Engage Gorm. Engage Renata that much better. And I think that's why NONGSHIM, fine taking this one slow. They win when GenG comes into them. If you're chasing down GenG, you're burning your tools, that just allows the counter engage to happen. So, no, I don't think it's bad that they expended those resources. They will end up taking down the tower, but just something to have in mind for those later fights.
Yeah. And it's great because GenG, in order to win, they need to run into NONGSHIM. They have to. They don't really win fights by having, you know, Chovy drop Qs down or like ruler poking a little bit, right? Like they have to commit.
Yeah, I mean, the ruler poke will have some value, but you're absolutely right. There's like, they are playing a dive-focused composition, and they are looking for it right now.
Yeah, no Renata ults. There's the dodge on the handshake. Very nice. The exhaust comes in, not doing a whole lot of damage. Just Chovy. Lahens gets away, and now the Valkyrie over the top, and here's Lilia Gideon going for the sleep, and Chovy's just dead. And Ruler, the fish out of water, he's like, wait, I guess I'll satchel out of here. At least he does that, but I don't think he's getting out of the fight at all. It's 2 kills over to NONGSHIM. And Jiwoo, he wants more. Oh, the dodge on the zap is big.
Did he skill up his Celestial opposition as that happened? I want to see the replay, because did it just come out? Did it come off cooldown? I'll see. We'll see in the replay.
We should have been focusing on the Hextech Soul, I think, because that's what we have.
Yeah, so we see this replay come out. Jiro dodges away from the Q, which is really nice. They get the CC layered, but there's just not that much damage. And again, the Corkiel not doing that much when you steal it away.
We got in live Nivea King in here in a bit of trouble, but Canyon actually in more, as once again, they're going way too deep for this, and that will be punished immediately. NONGSHIM, surely from this position, you guys can get it done. This is 5,000 gold almost at 16 minutes.
I don't want to say it, but this game feels pretty hard to lose for NONGSHIM from this position.
I like how Fisher totally ignored Keen there. He's just like, yeah, you don't exist to me. Oh, all right. Engage Renata comes in. There's a satchel. So when you engage Renata, you have to ult in the right direction. That's part of the combo for
I was about to say, oh, this is actually a pretty slick QR like combo, like to catch out Ruler. Like they can act.
Yeah.
Lahens still calibrating, it appears. He thought that Ruler would teleport behind him.
Satchel forward, maybe.
Yeah. I mean, he went to do the combo fast because, again, it's a slow ult, and did kind of just... But why does it look like there's a laser pointer on the screen? Do you see that?
Where? Oh, wait. Yeah, wait. It's there.
Yeah.
What is that?
I feel like a cat right now. Like I see a little...
I can't not look at it now. What is that? It's just there on the right.
Where's it going?
Somebody's actually trolling us. It's on all monitors, though.
There's no Yumi in this game to chase after it.
I don't know. It's just kind of hanging out there with us. It's a Firefly.
It would be even funny if it's only on all monitors and it's not on the broadcast, and people are like, what's going on?
Casters have lost their mind.
Wait, there it is.
It's below the UI. We're safe for now. Fisher, not very safe, and Flash even connected, or committed to rather, to make sure, but Fisher just Valkyries away. You got Rakan following this one up as well. And finally, they take him out. That's a lot of gold. Big shutdown.
I mean, it's weird, but it's a lot committed to make that happen. 2 flashes, a lot of... Oh.
How about an Anivia? I don't know if they kill him.
Yeah, I think he's fine.
Well, they stun the ult down. Chovy is tanking up quite a lot, but he gets walled in and just commits to it.
Guys, I don't think you kill the egg in time.
Okay, they're going to kill the egg, but they're all dying instead. Mikhail's And now maybe Duro just dies here to Gideon, who is very fast. Even a TP away. And yeah, Duro can't get away. So they got a couple of kills, but they paid for it with 3 kills, which is more.
Okay, so the kill on Corki was fine. You expended a lot, but you got a big shutdown, right? You then make the decision. So let's take a look at this. Flashbang, also the ult from the Jax. We have the ult from the Silas, the ult and flash from the Rakan. And they're like, you know what? We burnt everything. Let's run it back on this Anivia. So they have no ultimates now. We still have some Corki rockets. Then Canyon comes in with his ult, but like they're trapped in the wall. Canyon's taken like 17 tower hits. And then Gideon, even if Gideon wasn't there, I think they still lose 2. But Gideon just means they lose 3.
Yeah, and a TP.
It's a play that reeks of desperation, I'm going to be honest. It kind of feels like Gen G know that comp isn't going to hold up later, and they're like, it's not enough to get a kill on Corki, we have to kill Anivia too. And it just didn't really work out for them very well.
And when you've got a top lane Anivia who's mostly side laning and getting a lot of levels, I mean, King's already level 13, and he went Roa, so he's not the Anivia, like the squishy Anivia that you might imagine in your mind. He's got a lot of levels. He has a decent amount of health.
This is my problem.
It's difficult to kill him.
They have to burn so much. When they're behind, they have to burn so much to kill him. I say this.
Well, maybe in this position they can kill him. They're going to get his flash.
But they have to burn so much to kill him, and then there's like 3 other carries on the team. And there's a Renata with Locket and the shields. So.
Yeah. And Lilia's fed, so.
Yeah.
It's surely NONGSHIM get this one, right? Surely NONGSHIM. In fact, our 2 Preds are on the line for this one, by the way.
Surely they will win from here.
You and Pony win for the 3-2 Gen G.
Honestly, I think this is...
Even if Gen G win 3-0, I'm like, you know what, guys? I see you.
I feel like this is the most surefire NONGSHIM win I've seen since last game.
Yeah. All right, are we just diving Anivia? She doesn't have her ult, or egg rather, anymore. No ult on the ground until just now, and this time, okay,
yeah,
you did it.
The passive makes a big difference. It would be really unfortunate if there was some neutral objective that spawned in the top side.
Well, they can get a Chemtech Drake instead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, well... At least, I think the thing to be said is that there's nothing up to do with Yadakan, right?
Well, Fisher's...
What? I mean,
he's just hanging out.
He's just... I mean,
he's like, hey, what's up, guys?
He's stopping the resets.
Yeah?
And they don't really want to commit the time to kill him. I mean, Keen can defend this tower.
Yeah, I mean...
Can he?
Yeah, he can.
Yes, he has the wood hop too.
Do you? Is he okay? He's gonna get teamed on. Jovi, exhaust, Renata ults, in comes Keen. It's not clean, but maybe it works. The bailout comes out, and Jiwoo is just gonna get taken down. 200 gold into the pockets of Gen G. I think that went to Ruler.
Yeah, this is one of the things is that like, you're in this situation where you get the Atakan buff, but Atakan buff in and of itself, like the Voracious Atakan, isn't that strong. Like, sorry, the way that I want to phrase it, it's not like permanent value. What's strong about Atakan buff is what you can do with it. Like, if you get Atakan buff, it can lead you to get in towers, to get in Baron, etc. But it's not like a Dragon Soul or something, where once you've got it, you're strong forever.
Yeah.
And the outcome of this play is they lost a Dragon. Admittedly, it's only a Chemtech. They went top, nothing happened. Jiwoo lost 200 gold. And it kind of just feels like they're back to farming. Like, I'm not saying it was bad. The correct call was taking the Atakan there, 100%. But I just think it's not really proving to be very impactful.
I feel like, though, you know, maybe if you're far ahead enough, like NONGSHIM is, perhaps you just wait for Baron to be up. As I say that, Chovy, he's got Renata Glass ult. He's going to use it as Fisher starts hitting his own minions. Here's Keen now to try to finish the job, and the counter-strike is dodged. Down goes the turret, and down will go 200 gold over to Keen.
I think, honestly, it's better for NONGSHIM that tower dies, because it just felt like it was baiting them in. Oh.
Nope.
No. Yeah, just felt like they were going to bait them in that situation. And oh my god, the man who doesn't play mages,
he knows how to build them.
Leandries, He has the Oblivion Orb as well, because Ziggs applies the Landry Spear to everyone for the healing reduction.
Looks like Ox in there.
Oh my god, he gets it. Such a shame that they're so far behind that surely there's no way.
It's impossible to lose from here. That's why they should have delayed the Otacon, right?
Yeah.
I mean, let's take a look at the value they got out of this Otacon. -400.
I mean, what? Like, that's what I mean. It's like they got it and achieved nothing. Like, it's
just left it.
There's this.
Uh-oh. All right, Sleep comes in.
Oh, the Mikhails. There's this. I've heard stories about it, right? But there's this allegedly this other Otacon called the Ruinous Otacon.
That's a great name.
That one's a permanent buff, right? That one, you get it and you're like, great, we're good to roll. But that's a very different one. This one, you have to make something happen when you have the buff. And ultimately, they didn't make anything happen. Apart from they gave 400 gold over, so.
Yeah.
But they'll get a tower here, and they're still ahead, and their composition still does very well into what Gen G has. So, you know, I'm not trying to be too doom and gloom. NONGSHIM definitely still should win this game. Still will win this game is a bit strong. Should win this game.
Yeah, they definitely should. I think if you know, if they lost game 2 and then they eventually go on to lose this game, NONGSHIM fans would be furious.
Yeah.
And I think the players would be even more angry because it just feels like you're leaving a lot of potential on the table, right?
I also think it really hurts when you've had a game like that in a series, and then you go into this game and you're like, it's in your heads. It's undeniable. Even like veteran players, you can like try and have a strong mentality to ignore it, but it's so hard to ignore how it felt to lose a game like that in a game like this, where you're like, guys, we're in a great spot, really far ahead. Just don't make mistakes, but it can make you feel tentative.
Yeah.
For sure in this one, because they absolutely 100% should have won last game, and they should be winning this game. And we'll see how it pans out. We now have the level 16 King in, thanks to that Rod of Ages. We're approaching Infinity Edge for Jiwoo, and not too far away for Fisher as well, who's nearly, I mean, he's got, you know, he still needs like a BF, so he's still a while away, but he's got 3 items and a pickaxe. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah, no, he's doing very well for himself. And now the biggest objective we have is this Baron, of course. Somebody's got to face check it. It's going to be Duro. But he gets hit by a bowling ball, and the control ward is down, though, in the pits. Or I think that's a regular ward, but they're getting a couple over.
Yeah, it's regular deep wards.
Yeah,
you know?
They're just sending a bunch to try to keep up vision. Keen has to flash away, but they stop the Baron.
I think all in all, oh, they actually Chovy TP'd as well. I was going to say flash to stop Baron is fine, but the Chovy TP as well hits.
They're going pretty deep for this one. The sleep is only onto the Ziggs, but it might be worth it. Ruler does get out, though, and Gideon, oh, the timing on the stage is very nice. Nearly punished, but is able to survive. Ruler too low for them to do much of anything, and now they're going to turn their sights on the Baron.
A little risky with the health bars on NONGSHIM, but a lot of ults have been burned from Gen G, so they definitely want to bait here.
Yeah. Not going to go for it. You got a handshake on one side. You got Keen a bit low on the other. They're going to get another flash.
Getting a lot of sums here. Some good play. And you look at NONGSHIM, like they haven't burned any summoners apart from King and TP in this passage of play. I'm feeling more and more confident now with Canyon low. But Keen has TP. He has ult as well. He's TPing in.
Yeah, he's coming on in. Ruler just going to stop that ult. And now Kingin might go down to an A. Canyon. But there's the flank coming in from Keen, and that's really the key. But the exhaust comes in, and the damage is insane. And Zeus stays alive until Chovy does get in there and take him out. But look at this fight. Ruler not able to do anything except fight up against a bird and just get over the wall. At least it's up the Baron, I guess.
Yeah, hectic, very messy, very back and forth. Ultimately, NONGSHIM come out ahead, but it's so down to the wire. Feels like with all those tools expended, there just wasn't quite the same level of appeal for NONGSHIM, but they still end up being favored in this one. So they kind of wait for them to approach here. And Duro ults in, but gets caught out by Lahens. Really well played by him. A lot of damage in return on a Gideon, but the Zhonya's value is massive. But those low health bars from the Ziggs damage is pretty big. And then here, I was watching the left side of the fight, so you know we saw Jiwoo flash over the wall here and get the reset.
We're fighting again, and this is against the Ziggs. Ruler, though, he's just going to get blast coned away. Could drop an ult, but there it is. I thought maybe he wouldn't even bother, but does drop it. Not going to get it away from Gideon.
Yeah, that does mean Gen G can pick up another Chemtech Dragon.
Huge.
Yeah.
2%.
Woo. Well, once they get a soul, but we
yeah,
don't have that yet. In the meantime, though, NONGSHIM have Baron, can move out on the map. And the thing is, with NONGSHIM with Baron is so hard to deal with because Gen G, they have the Ziggs wave clear, but Ziggs struggles to wave clear against a Baron of minions, and everyone else is melee. You know what Gen G's response to a Baron, it's like a siege is? It's to engage. But like engaging against this NONGSHIM composition is horrible. And they're now 7,000 gold ahead. You know, I'm truly ready to say it now, Brendan. This game feels pretty unlosable at this point for NONGSHIM.
Thank you for having the courage. I didn't.
I have the courage to say it now. Even with what we've seen today, I think NONGSHIM have this one in the back. Surely, right?
Yes, I agree. I do agree.
Now you're in for it too.
Yeah, I kind of have to. Fisher, bit of trouble. They've been doing this all game, just trying to shut down the Corki and trying to find the angles. They get the flash out of him, but it's Corki.
I think they should just forget bot lane exists, honestly, for NONGSHIM. It feels like it's their pain point on the map. I mean, to be honest, they need to get a bit more from this Baron. They still have a minute and a half. They got mid tower and mid inhib, but mid is the least impactful inhibitor. So I really want to see them do a bit more with this.
Wait, they're going back?
Does he sleep?
Toby's very good at baiting Renata glass builds.
Yeah, I really like that. Yeah, it's hard to see if you're not focusing, but he did a very slight sidestep, microscopic, to avoid it. It may look like he just walked in a straight line.
Yeah.
But, you know, a keen eye will notice.
Yeah.
Just two masters playing the game, and one outplays the other. The engaged Renata, never fail.
Yeah.
There has been a good Renata game from the Hens, to be fair, just some ambitious ults. But 2-0-10 in this one. I think the Renata pick was great here. And in this one, so much value already. I think some good handshakes as well. And now Baron, 30 seconds left, kind of timing out. And with how the map's opening up, pretty slow to get that to sort of push up. You can see they're playing it a little bit tentative. I don't think they're getting another tower off the back of this. You can see them looking towards top lane. Like you push in mid, you rotate up through top. But they're making sure they have the vision around.
Gideon's just running at them. He's like, I will just take you down. If you want to fight right now. Yeah, last wave coming in. Should be able to do a bit of damage to this one. Ult on top of Keen. And yeah, they're just going to push them away. Fisher has that angle, and Kenya now has to flash away. This Anivia has just done so much work into all these melee champions.
They play it patient, and it works, but now TP flank coming in. This could be a comeback moment.
Well, he's going very deep for that. And yeah, here comes Keen. Fisher takes a little bit of damage, gonna dodge the Q, and he gets the stun onto 2! The follow-up here, Duro trying to land some of those charms on in there, but they just don't have the damage. They can't dive into this. As the rocket gonna hit into Keen. Nearly going down on that one. Canyon looking for his angle, but he's gonna be exhausted as well. They do take out Gideon, and maybe a chance here, but with the Nexus turrets going down. A little respawn here from Toby, though. Maybe an angle? Not again, NONGSHIM, not again, please.
No!
Not like this!
No, NONGSHIM!
They can't keep getting away with it! Don't let them spawn the Nexus turrets again!
Oh, no! There's no way! The Nexus is like the same health it was last time. God. I think even the Gen G fans just want to see them win a game, you know? Like Gen G, massive flank from Keen once again, but it's still really hard. There's still so many peel tools. Hard to approach it. This Anivia is just such a brick wall, and I guess a paper mache wall, I think that skin is as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, they don't have any minions right now, so Kingen takes a lot of damage. And then they just kind of auto the Nexus. The Rocket Belt kills Lahens, G dies, and...
It's just... You gotta know when the death timers are coming in.
또 이 장면이야?
I didn't quite hear what he said there, but maybe a tough game as also some happy fans.
This is a tough game, and Viola's continuing. He's got the Rabadons working on the Void Staff, prime Ziggs build. I do want to praise.
So what Chovy said was, didn't we see this before?
Yeah, a bit of deja vu.
Yeah.
Yeah, but no. NONGSHIM have lane. They're going to win this time. Wait, are they just going? Wait, Genji are trying to go for the Chemtech Soul, and they're going for the back door? Look, they're going!
It's really? Is this possible?
Guys, what is going on?
Team has Zonia's.
No.
Gideon is getting low. Not like this. Okay,
they
they've taken out the Jax.
killed him.
Canyon's holding the wave. Canyon.
They don't need a wave yet. There's no towers.
There are no towers for now. Ruler jetting pretty low as well, and maybe I think they've done it. Jovi, though, on the back line, they get the Jinx for now, and the reset, it finally does come out.
Fisher's doing it.
They finally do it. Fisher's getting in there, and yeah, they get a couple of kills. I think finally we can say that NONGSHIM can end the game, and they can take a win. They will just get this one for now, and we'll see if they can continue.